French magazine Charlie Hebdo has once again entered the global spotlight, making pointed commentary amid rising tensions between Washington and Tehran. On February 3, Charlie Hebdo unveiled its drawing of the day, which prominently featured Iran's supreme leader, sparking fresh debate across political circles. In the illustration, Ayatollah Khamenei was shown calmly sitting on a chair, dressed in a loose-fitting robe and holding a steaming mug in his hand. The cartoon's caption read, "Khamenei serene in the face of the American threat," suggesting a quiet defiance toward the West. Adding to the controversy, a speech bubble beside the supreme leader declared, "They won't manage to kill more Iranians than we do," amplifying the satirical sting. The French magazine's comedic yet cutting take arrives at a time when Europe remains uneasy over Iran's repeated warnings and aggressive posturing. Iran has formally summoned the European Union's envoys to protest the EU's move to designate the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, as a terrorist organization. Tehran conveyed a fierce objection, describing the EU's approach as provocative and deeply disrespectful to its sovereignty. Iranian officials went further, calling the European decision a strategic mistake, labeling it unjustified and irresponsible in both tone and intent. Senior Iranian diplomat Abbas Araghchi mocked Europe, claiming the continent has become a declining power losing influence on the global stage. Leaders in Tehran also emphasized the IRGC's role as a cornerstone of national defense, portraying it as a vital guardian of Iran's security and regional stability. Iran has further warned that the EU's resolution could create a dangerous precedent in international relations, one that undermines diplomatic trust and regional peace. Amid the heightening tension surrounding the IRGC, French President Emmanuel Macron issued a new statement directed toward Iran's leadership. Macron stressed that Iran must show respect for its own people, making the remark in the wake of a renewed wave of protests known as the January Revolution. The French president said, quote, "Iran's responsibility today is, on the one hand, to respect its people in the face of the revolution that has taken place and the terrible repression we have seen. It must free political prisoners, and then reopen the discussions that are expected of it on the nuclear issue on the one hand, on the ballistic issue on the other, and finally on regional stability." A somber reminder of the magazine's turbulent history follows. On January 7, 2015, Charlie Hebdo suffered a devastating terrorist attack in Paris. The satirical publication was targeted after it printed controversial cartoons depicting the Prophet Muhammad, provoking outrage among extremists. That morning, two armed men stormed into the magazine's newsroom during an editorial meeting, catching staff completely off guard. Within minutes, 12 individuals were tragically killed, including 8 of Charlie Hebdo's journalists and cartoonists who were cornerstones of the magazine. The perpetrators, identified as two brothers, claimed affiliation with Al-Qaeda and declared the attack as retaliation for perceived blasphemy. Turning to the present, the United States and Iran are now expected to resume crucial nuclear negotiations in Oman, even as tensions continue to climb. Iran, however, is said to be pushing for exclusive bilateral talks with Washington, excluding its traditional regional counterparts. According to reports, Tehran only wants to discuss nuclear matters directly with the US, avoiding conversations about missiles or proxy militias. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has resurfaced with a fiery warning, threatening Operation Midnight Hammer 2.0 if Iran pulls out of the talks.
They're all over, but they are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done. They had a chance to do something a while ago, and it didn't work out, and we did Midnight Hammer. I don't think they want that happening again, but they would like to negotiate. We are negotiating with them right now, yes.
Mr. President, where will the meeting be? It seems like
I can't tell you that.
Mr. President,
There's more than one minute.
His comments came shortly after a series of tense military encounters between US and Iranian forces, first in the Arabian Sea and later in the Strait of Hormuz. In the first incident, an American fighter jet reportedly shot down an Iranian drone that was flying perilously close to the USS Abraham Lincoln. The IRGC dismissed the US account, insisting the drone was conducting a routine and lawful mission, according to Iranian state outlet Iran International. Despite being downed, the Shah drone is said to have successfully transmitted surveillance data back to Iranian command before losing contact. Shortly afterward, an American-flagged oil tanker was allegedly harassed by armed Iranian gunboats as it attempted to pass through a strategic transit route. In response, a U.S. naval destroyer was dispatched to provide assistance and ensure the tanker's safety, according to statements from U.S. Central Command.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.